Welcome to another deep dive. We plunge into fascinating material to bring you insights that, well, truly matter.
Great to be here.
Today, we're doing something a bit different, actually. Really powerful. Our sources aren't, typical historical documents.
No, not papers or archives this time.
Right. We're using compelling excerpts from Jenna Blum's novel, Those Who Save Us.
A really acclaimed work of historical fiction.
Exactly. And our mission, our deep dive today, is to follow these two intertwined stories. They span generations, continents.
Focusing on World War II and the Holocaust.
Yeah, the profound impact on individuals, on families. We're looking at how we grapple with the past, the secrets, the truths we hunt for.
And those impossible choices people had to make just to survive.
It's really a journey into empathy, I think, trying to understand.
And what's so compelling about using historical fiction like these excerpts for a deep dive?
Yeah.
Well, it lets us step right into that lived experience.
Yeah, it's different from just facts and dates.
Totally. A novel like this, and it's clearly meticulously researched, it gives such a personal, intimate lens, something pure nonfiction sometimes struggles with. It's not just what happened, but how it felt.
That's a great way to put it.
And this book, it really excels at exploring that human experience, the huge moral dilemmas civilians faced. Victims, sure, but also those caught in those uncomfortable gray areas.
Especially German women, right? During and after the war.
Precisely. Now, we know some of this material is challenging, even tough to hear.
Absolutely.
But we'll navigate it impartially. We're focusing on the story, the characters, and the lessons it offers you about resilience, memory, and the choices we all make.
Okay, so let's start. Our journey begins in Weimar Germany, pre-war, early war years, through the eyes of a young woman, Anna.
And her home life sounds suffocating.
Oh, absolutely. Dominated by her father, Gerhard, authoritarian, deeply anti-Semitic. The script mentions his daily readings from Der Stürmer.
Wow, that notorious Nazi propaganda paper. Just constant poison.
Yeah. You can understand why Anna felt such revulsion, apparently even wishing he'd died instead. It's harsh, but telling.
And her escape. Her initial escape, anyway.
Secret affair with Max Stern, a Jewish doctor.
And that affair, it isn't just like a simple romance, is it? It feels much bigger.
It really does. It's defiance. A search for a different kind of truth, maybe.
Exactly. She finds this real connection with him, solace, especially over chess. The novel talks about her finding a keen joy of unadulterated learning.
In a house where learning is twisted by ideology.
Yeah, that's powerful.
It's a radical act, really, but the shadow of the regime is always there, isn't it? Max eventually has to hide.
Right, in her father's shed. The irony among rescued animals.
Any detail is just,
Wow.
hiding a Jewish man among animals in an anti-Semite's shed.
And before they even start the affair, Max asks her this question. It just hangs there. Are you a good German girl?
What a loaded question, especially then.
It captures everything, doesn't it? That terrifying, rapid breakdown of life for Jews in Germany. Even in a place like Weimar, the city of Goethe and Schiller.
You wouldn't necessarily think.
Right. He's basically asking, are you one of them? Or can you see past this hate? And the sources, they paint this picture of fear just escalating. Herr Nussbaum, the librarian.
Oh, that scene.
Publicly humiliated, forced to wear that sign, I am a dirty Jew. And he warns Anna, doesn't he? About the SS and Gestapo on a real rampage in the Jewish quarter.
It's not abstract news anymore. It's right there.
Exactly. And then Anna makes that awful discovery.
Max's clinic, ransacked, smashed jars, medicine everywhere.
And the shed. That unpleasant odor. And Spitzel, Max's dog.
Yeah.
The remains is clear Max is gone.
They're just gut-wrenching.
And this moment, it just pushes Anna to the absolute brink. Her world's shattered.
And she's left with that awful question, God in heaven, what if it is Anna's fault?
That internal monologue, it captures the terror, the guilt, the helplessness so many must have felt.
And she thinks about bribing the SS, using her looks.
Yeah, a desperate, incredibly dangerous gamble. To sheer panic, maybe a flicker of hope she can somehow fix things. It shows you the impossible choices people were facing.
Just to survive or protect what little they had.
And as the war goes on, Anna's quiet resistance, it shifts. It becomes more active, more dangerous.
She connects with Mathilde Stout, the baker.
Right. Part of this clandestine network, making special delivery.
Bread and information to prisoners in the Buchenwald quarry nearby.
Füttern den Feind, feeding the enemy. A capital crime, punishable by death.
The courage that took. It's hard to imagine.
It really is. And it's a powerful reminder that resistance took so many forms, not just armed struggle. These humanitarian acts were maybe even more dangerous for civilians.
In the quarry itself, the conditions sound horrific.
Utterly brutal. An inmate calls it a shit detail. And the guards, Hinkleman, Blank, they play these sadistic games.
Like the cap game.
Yeah, just horrific. There's this chilling description of a prisoner beaten, murdered, just for refusing to cross the sentry line to get his cap, purely for the guards' entertainment.
Dehumanization as a daily practice.
Exactly. Not just a consequence, but an active tool.
And it's into this nightmare landscape that an SS Obersturmführer arrives.
Which brings up that critical question. What choices did women, especially mothers, really have when facing that kind of absolute power?
Yeah.
The narrative describes this. Forced liaison between Anna and this officer.
Which leads to Trudy's birth.
Tragically, yes.
Yeah.
And Anna's internal monologue about him, it's devastating. She calls him a broken faucet from which words pour, just spewing Nazi ideology, horrific truths.
And her deliveries to the prisoners, they change meaning for her.
They become, as she puts it, less for the prisoners than a way for Anna to convince herself that she is more than a whore, a whim, a plaything. It's her trying desperately to hold on to some part of herself.
While he's telling her about the Einsatzgruppen, Auschwitz.
Chilling revelations, yeah. About the mobile killing squads, the death camps, Mengel's experiments, castration.
And he says it all so casually. How, he asks, can one respect a race such as that?
That casual depravity.
Hmm.
It shows the absolute dehumanization baked into the ideology. They rationalized the monstrous.
And the toll on Anna, the scrubbing.
Oh, that self-punishment. Lye soap, pumice stone. Thinking of finding her sewn shut, the stitches black and clumsy. It's such a visceral image of wanting to erase it all, stitch herself back together somehow.
The psychological cost of just surviving.
A constant internal war.
And the struggle, it reaches this devastating peak, doesn't it, when he makes her an offer?
Argentina. He'll take her away.
But not Trudy.
No. Trudy would go to a Lebensborn program.
A Nazi breeding program, essentially, creating racially pure children.
And Anna just says, no.
That defiant no. It's huge. An act of love, resistance.
Yeah.
Against this unthinkable bargain.
Pure courage. But comes at a terrible price.
A violent scene later. He strikes Trudy.
Yeah, for making noise. Leaves her cheek puffy, draws blood with his death's head ring.
God.
And Anna's left salvaging what she can from the debris. Such a powerful image of her resilience, her refusal to let him take her child. That choice defines everything that follows.
Then the war ends. The Americans arrive. She meets Jack Schlemmer.
An American GI offers a new life.
Yes.
Escape.
She marries him, goes to America, takes nothing.
Nothing except
that gold cigarette case with the swastika photo of the Obersturmführer.
not a keepsake, an emblem.
Yeah.
A heavy, silent emblem of her hidden past.
And carried across an ocean.
It's the physical manifestation of her trauma, isn't it? A silent witness. And even in America, the past isn't gone.
That scene in the church. New Heidelberg, Christmas Eve.
So powerful. She's mouthing Silent Night in English, trying to fit in, bury it all.
But inside.
Inside, she's defiantly singing Still Nacht, Heilige Nacht in German. In her head. And the stolen cake at the reception, untouched.
Small acts of internal rebellion. She left Germany, but Germany hasn't left her.
Not easily, no. And her command to Trudy, just stark.
The past is dead, and better it remains so.
What a burden. To carry that and to impose that silence on your child.
So we've seen Anna endure the unimaginable, try to bury it all, but the past, well, it rarely stays buried, does it?
It ripples forward, shapes the next generation.
Which brings us to Trudy, Anna's daughter. Now it's the 1990s Minnesota.
And she's grappling with her mother's lifelong silence.
It's not just an absence, is it? It's like a presence, a heavy silence.
Definitely. And Trudy's an academic now. Her focus. Women's roles in Nazi Germany.
Which must put her in conflict sometimes. Students seeing all German women as just perpetrators.
Right. So her academic work is clearly personal, too. A quest to understand her own background, her enigmatic mother.
And she starts this remembrance project, collecting oral histories.
Yeah, unknowingly setting out to uncover her own family's story.
But the real trigger, the catalyst, is her father Jack's death.
And Anna trying to burn the farmhouse down.
Yeah.
This desperate act.
And in that chaos, Trudy finds it. The gold cigarette case. The photo of the SS officer.
Boom. The buried past is suddenly right there. In her hands. Demanding attention.
That discovery must have been seismic for her.
Oh, absolutely. It kicks off this intense internal struggle, all these agonizing questions.
Was she his mistress, his wife? Willingly, did she love him?
The kind of questions that haunt children of survivors or children of those involved in atrocities. And Trudy's physical reaction, the very thought turns her stomach coiled and closes her throat.
It shows you the weight of it. Generational trauma right there.
Exactly, the deeply personal impact.
And through her project, she interviews these different German civilians.
Yeah, and they reveal such different facets of that wartime experience. It really highlights the spectrum of behavior under pressure.
Denial, survival, moral choices.
Totally. You have Frau Klug,
Yeah.
pure denial, didn't know any Jews, and justifying turning people in for money. What would be the harm in it?
Chilling. Self-preservation becoming complicity.
Then there's Rosegried, she confesses. Seeing the Einsatzgruppen, the killing squads.
Her father wanted to help.
Yes, but her mother pleaded. No, Peter, please. The children, you must think of them. That impossible dilemma. Protect your family or intervene against pure evil.
And Rosegried's own trauma? Witnessing her brother Hansi being shot?
By an SS officer. Right in front of her. And her guilt. I turn a blind eye, yes. I just think it is appropriate. It's this lifelong burden of regret she carries.
Just raw. And this exposure, it must take a toll on Trudy.
Immense. The novel describes her scrubbing herself after interviews. Stiff brush, brandy, trying to cleanse herself of these stories, this darkness.
A symbolic act, trying to distance herself.
It underscores how deeply these histories affect her, pushing her closer to her own family's truth, maybe unwillingly at first.
Her personal journey takes a really significant turn with Rainer Goldman, doesn't it? A Holocaust survivor.
Yes, and initially, he's angry about her project, interviewing Germans. He sees it as reopening wounds.
But Trudy persists, tries to make amends with latkes.
Yeah, that simple act, bringing him homemade latkes, a traditional Jewish food. It's a gesture of respect, maybe reconciliation, and it opens a door.
He shares his story.
His harrowing story, Kristallnacht. His father dying in Buchenwald, his family becoming U-boats.
Hiding in plain sight, on Aryan papers, submerged in German society.
Right, U-boats. Not as in submarines, but that constant fear, hiding, needing forged papers, unimaginable vigilance.
And the most devastating part of his story.
His younger brother, Hansi, shot by an SS officer, right in front of him.
Hansi, that name again. The echo from Rosegried's story.
It's absolutely crucial. Connects these threads of trauma and Rainer's vulnerability. He tells Trudy.
I admired your courage, for I've never been able to tell my own story to anyone.
Not his wife, daughter, nobody. It's a testament to Trudy's empathy, her persistence, and his own need, finally, to speak.
That shared trust feels pivotal. It moves her closer to understanding silence and testimony.
And Rainer's story, combined with the others, it sharpens her focus, gives her maybe the courage, the tools to unlock her mother's past.
Which leads her to Felix Pfeffer.
Right, a former black marketeer, but also, crucially, a Buchenwald survivor.
And he talks about the bakery angels.
These incredibly brave women who risk everything to feed prisoners at the quarry. And he describes one.
Very beautiful, small but generally curved, light eyes, dark hair with blonde streaks.
The description, the location, the act. It all starts clicking for Trudy, you can imagine.
And then the moment, the aha moment. She shows Felix the photo, the one from the cigarette case, with the officer.
And Felix identifies the woman in that photo. He says she was the apprentice angel, the woman who fed the prisoners.
And Trudy finally says it. The woman in the photograph is my mother.
Shattering. The past, guarded for so long, finally gives up its truth.
And the confrontation when she brings Felix to meet Anna.
It's quiet, not explosive, but deeply resonant. Trudy realizes Anna's silent heroism.
But also the choice she made.
Exactly. Trudy understands. Anna has taken the burden of silence upon herself. It is her decision. It is, in fact, her prerogative as a hero. Or maybe, hero or not, that's beside the point.
Each person has that choice, how to live with the past.
This dignity, this inviolable right, that's how Trudy sees it.
That's, yeah, a really powerful and nuanced understanding. It's not just keeping secrets.
No, it's about self-preservation, protecting a new life, protecting her child. It challenges our urge to demand full disclosure from survivors.
Asks us to respect the burden they carry, even in silence.
Exactly. It allows for the complexity. It recognizes that maybe, for some, the greatest heroism was just living, rebuilding, protecting their children from shadows that could never be fully explained to someone who wasn't there.
It elevates their choice in navigating that history rather than us judging from afar.
Well put.
So, wrapping this up, what does it all mean? Those who save us, Through these excerpts, it just illuminates these incredibly complex human responses to war survival, the power of secrets, agonizing, heroic secrets.
It shows history isn't just grand events, is it? It's personal choices, individuals caught in this inescapable web.
And for you listening, if you know the broader history of the Holocaust, this novel acts like a microcosm. It filters those huge, terrifying narratives through these messy, morally gray individual choices.
Understanding really requires empathy, doesn't it? A willingness to face uncomfortable truths, to look beyond easy labels.
Good versus evil just doesn't capture it sometimes. It's about recognizing the humanity even in the darkest places.
Which leaves us, and you, with a final thought, perhaps, a question to mull over.
Yeah.
How do you decide? What parts of your past or your family's past are dead, and better left so? And what parts demand to be remembered, understood, shared, for better or worse?
That's a heavy question.
It is. It encourages us all to think about the weight of memory, personal and collective, and what it really means to be informed about this complex, often contradictory human history that, well, continues to shape us all.